day after Christmas, and hopefully everything went well for you guys. And so, yeah, topic of the video is, I can't even think straight today. Is diet making you unsuccessful, or is it keeping you from the success that you were, trying to achieve, right? And the reason why I'm asking you this is, and the topic of the video is because, like, for the last week, I've ate horribly. So I don't really talk too much about diet and stuff like that. But for the most part, I really don't eat any sugar, or very little, I should say. Like no added sugar, things of that nature. Typically, it's a little bit of it's lower carb diet is what I'm usually eating. And the reason that for that is a few things. One, over the last few years, I've been very focused on, you know, now that things in my life are finally, I'm happier than I've been. The success is coming along. And then I'm 38 at this point. So now I've been thinking about more and more about longevity. I have an 11-year-old, I have a 2-year-old, and, I want to live as long as I possibly can. And not only live as long as I can, but, be healthy at it as well. But so going back to the whole diet thing, I ate complete trash. My grandmother makes these things called kiffles. Plus, we had all the cookies and everything else, right? And like I'm kind of like a crackhead. So as soon as if I don't have the things near me, like I don't care. Like it doesn't bother me. But as soon as I start having all that stuff in the house, which we've had for like the last 2 and 3 weeks between, the cookies and pies and everything else, and, with yesterday being Christmas, and it just got to the point, I'm like, after today, like I'm done. So, like, of course, I just ate even more crap. And but waking up this morning, and even now, like I can't, my brain is just, it's not working the way it should, right? And they call it like brain fog and things like that. And I'm not quite sure if it's all the sugar that I ate. I don't know if it's because of all the carbs. I don't know if it's because like the amount of flour and stuff that I ate, which I normally just I don't do. And it could even be other things like the shitty like pepperoni we bought for the not shitty, but like I don't eat a lot of like lunch. I can literally I can't think straight today. It's like I'm up. I'm not tired, but I can't think, right? And so, for a lot of people, especially contractors, if you're not packing your lunch, like you're going out or something like that for lunch, and like, what does that do to, your health, but also what's it doing to the way that you think, right? Because that's the only thing that really separates us from the rest of the people, the thoughts that we have, and then with the actions that we take upon that. And like for me, I know like when I'm eating a ton of carbs and stuff like that, one, my attitude is completely different. I'm more likely to be upset or get angry. And like days like today, I can't think. And today like is an off day for us. Like I just went into the warehouse because I was like running cameras and stuff like that. And I'm trying to get these few last minute things, not last minute, but the few last things that we need in order to run, um, the warehouse. Right now it's the camera, so I just have a few more to hook up, and I'm just trying to wait till it gets warmer. Um, but it's like I have to work on my business plan, which I have to focus on for the next 10. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, everything went well. Kind of talking about all the shit I ate, and how it's affected me. Um, but yeah, it's been I just can't think straight. So if I was doing this on a constant basis, like what is I'm going back. Sorry, I can't even think straight. So going back, like I'm doing my business plan. Like I can't even think about like one wrapping my head around a 10-year business plan is just like foreign to me. But because I can't even think straight, I'm putting it off for another day. And then it's going to happen again and again and again. And like, it's probably been like the last 2 and 3 weeks of just eating nothing but crap. And like, I have gotten just a fraction of what I've normally would have gotten done. And because of that, it's putting me behind, right? So, long story short, look at the food that you're eating, not only from a health aspect, but it's also in, longevity, but it's also like, if you can't think straight, are you really going to get to where you need to be? And then what I also notice a lot is like I'll be playing on my phone more now. Like when I eat like crap, I'm tired, I'm not thinking straight, so then I'll like stupid shit going on like Facebook or whatever else it is. And the next thing you know, like 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes goes by and I'm like, I really need to get off the phone. But like it seems like my, motivation or my ability to not go down these, paths, it's a lot harder, for me to do. So anyway, hopefully any of this makes sense because, like I said, I just can't think straight. But I'm like, I have to do a video about this because for the vast majority of people, if you're eating like shit on a daily basis, or did a while ago, is you can actually get your blood tested because there's certain even though there's certain foods that are supposedly good for you, like ginger's one, and some other things, myself and my wife got our blood tested for this stuff, and we're finding that there's some, types of foods that you might be eating on a regular basis that are inflaming you, which that does a lot of different things. So when you have a lot of inflammation in your body, it not only affects your joints and stuff. So if you're constantly waking up or you're like throughout the day, like your body just hurts, it might be the food that you're eating. Along with that, when you have this inflammation in your body, it also affects your brain, right? Because what ends up happening is like the aspect of your life. So anyway, not going to go too much further into detail about that, but watch Fuji. If you're not getting to where you need to in life, it could be the shit that you're eating. So the whole adage, you are what you eat, it's completely true. And I know for myself, like a lower carb diet, one, it allows me to go a hell of a lot longer without eating because like I smoke weed at night. And like if I like back in the day, like I'd eat like 15, 20 mozzarella sticks and then make loaded fries and like all this other kind of stuff. And I wake up the next morning like I can't think straight and I'm just starving. So I spend more time eating throughout the day, which takes me away from the stuff that I want to get done. Whereas if I eat low carb and my body's used to that, and I'm not talking like the whole keto and stuff like that, but if I keep it under like 40, 50 carbs, I'm not hungry as much and I can just get by with like bulletproof coffee and things like that. So I'm getting more work done. My brain's able to think more. I have more energy. I'm less lethargic. I have less, issues. So hopefully this helps. But anyway, hope you guys had an awesome Christmas. And I'm going to Costco. Hopefully it's not too crazy for some lights and shit and get this warehouse done. So see you later.